The numbers are in for the month of May for the Reno Sparks housing market, and we are going to dive right in, but make sure that you guys stay until the end so that you can hear what the opportunities are for both buyers and sellers in this market. The median sales price increased just ever so slightly, only by 2.8%, so no drastic changes there, but we are seeing prices hold strong month over month from April. The number of closed sales increased by 7.7%, landing at 450. We are seeing a seasonal uptick of market activity. This is normal for spring and summer almost every single year. Median days to contract did increase significantly by 36.4%. It's really interesting given that there are actually more closed sales and in general more market activity month over month from April. It is probably speaking to the fact that more and more inventory is coming online, so there are more options for buyers, which means that there is a little bit more competition on the seller's side. Still, 15 days is really not that long for a listing to sit on the market before getting into contract. And on the ground, I can tell you guys in real time at showings and in writing offers, there is a lot going on in our market. I'm seeing multiple offer scenarios on almost every house of interest that I'm working with my buyers, and it's competitive out there right now. So it's definitely still a very hot market. Percent of list price received is still at 98.8%. I do suspect that at the closeout of June, at the end of this month when we look back, we are going to see an increase in that number simply because, like I mentioned, I am seeing a lot of competition out there on the buyer side. I'm seeing multiple offers, and it does feel very competitive when writing offers for buyers in this market. It's also an ideal market for investors right now. Obviously, with interest rates being a bit higher than they have been, a lot of investors are seeing the opportunity and taking advantage of their ability to potentially write an all-cash offer. The number of new listings increased to 596. This is a significant increase month over month from April of 15.3%. So, as I did mention, this is also probably why we're seeing more days till contract, because there's just simply more inventory for buyers to choose from. So sellers are competing with a lot of other sellers, and buyers are also competing with a lot of other buyers. This speaks to the seasonal uptick that we see almost every year around spring and early summer. So if you've made it this far, you obviously want to know what the opportunities are for both buyers and sellers in this market. Let's jump to the buyer side first. Here's the thing, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Mortgage interest rates are higher, and we do keep seeing them creep up just a little bit. So you do have to keep that in mind. It is going to impact your affordability. Your mortgage interest rate, especially in the beginning of the lifetime of your loan, is going to have a huge impact on your monthly payment. That being said, while those rates are weeding out a lot of buyers, there's still a ton of competition in this market, and I'm seeing it firsthand. I'm literally having to compete with multiple other offers every time I write an offer on behalf of a buyer right now. It's extremely competitive. So if you are thinking about buying, my best advice to you is to make sure that you are really clear about your numbers. Make sure that you connect with your lender before every weekend when you're going out and looking at places, because there is a lot of volatility in rates right now, and just minor changes up and down can really change what you can afford, how much house you can afford, and you're gonna wanna make sure that if you find the house you really want, you need to come in with your best and highest offer. It's not the time to play games. It's time to take this seriously and understand that you're probably going to be competing against other buyers every time you write something. So be sure of what you can do. Be sure of your timeline. Act with conviction, right? So don't hesitate and don't play any games. Now let's jump to the seller side. What is the opportunity for sellers right now? Obviously, there's still a lot of competition on the buyer side. That being said, interest rates are higher than they've been, so you do have to be sensitive to the affordability factor in this market. If you can hire an agent to list your home who has connections to investors, or if you have an agent who's able to specifically market your property to investors, if it is kind of in that low to mid-range price range, that may be one of your best options right now, because investors often purchase with cash. And even if not, you're gonna wanna make sure that you price your listing appropriately. So make sure that you hire an agent who's running the appropriate comps. You're gonna wanna make sure that they are looking at pending sales. That is gonna be the best indicator of what your home is worth in this market. The home that sold down the street a year ago, or even 5 or 6 months ago isn't necessarily a great comp right now because interest rates have changed. And also looking at active and new listings isn't always the best because, again, we don't know what a home is worth until the market tells us what it is worth in the form of offers and pending contract. And for an added bonus, if you can find some pending listings, have your agent call the listing agent of that pending sale and ask what it's in contract for, because you don't always know, right? If it's listed at 500 and it's pending, we don't know what the accepted offer price was. But if your agent can dig and get that information, that is going to be like gold in this market, because you're going to understand what somebody actually came to the table with and what they actually felt it was worth. If you're thinking about making a move in real estate, I would love to be of service with you. I work in the Northern Nevada market. You can book a free, no obligation call with me. There's a link in the description box below to do that. I would absolutely love to be of service to you. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like and that subscribe button so that you don't miss any of my upcoming content. I put out videos every single week about the Northern Nevada housing market, the Reno Sparks lifestyle, and all things related to buying and selling properties. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.